What we're seeing today is HR functions trying to harness the power of data that they have available to them and use that in predictive ways to hire the best candidates for the job.
We typically think about artificial intelligence as robotic manufacturing or number crunching data analysis. But companies are also starting to deploy AI for human resources functions.
There are many ways that AI technology can be applied to business operations and human resources functions. Two of the primary ways are in the pre-employment phase and during employment. For pre-employment, there's software that will assist with identifying and selecting candidates for employment. During employment, we see AI being used to track training of employees, to identify an employee's career progression, or even with something called a chatbot, which would take over certain lower-level HR functions, such as tracking one's paid leave. Of course, AI technology can also be used in pay equity audits for employers as well. At the outset, these technologies tend to be more efficient because they're automated and they're scalable. They predict rather than describe, and they improve the overall candidate experience. They're also far more effective, and for those employers who need to ensure that the technology is job-related, there's criterion validity built right into the process.
AI for HR can generate significant cost savings while improving service. But it also creates new legal risks for companies that utilize it.
It's important that employers don't blind themselves to the legal risks that are inherent in some of the AI processes that are available. And that means making sure that the disparate treatment and disparate impact claims and the potential for those claims are limited in conducting an early review, and also making sure that people with disabilities can be accommodated and they can be treated equally when they're evaluated by these AI technologies. Take a cautious approach in adopting and implementing the AI. And that means when you use an outside vendor, doing your due diligence on what that vendor promises to do, and then running adverse impact analyses to ensure that the algorithm isn't treating individuals or protected groups disparately. It's important for organizations to work with their legal counsel when implementing AI, and that's because employment lawyers, for instance, are familiar with the uniform guidelines on employee selection procedures and understand the validation methodologies that are necessary to get from start to finish. And anytime an adverse impact analysis is conducted, it can be done under attorney-client privilege.
AI for HR can make a lot of sense. Some companies have seen a 25 to 30% reduction in HR costs by utilizing technology. If you make the leap, though, it's important to keep your eyes open to the legal risks and make sure you're implementing AI in a compliant way.